Good evening, Malaysia and followers around the globe. Tonight, we have a really special guest. And when we say special, he is really special. We have the iconic Jimmy Choo with us. As you know, Jimmy Choo is an international figure. He's highly respectable person, and he has found time to be with us. And we're really thankful that Jimmy is with us tonight. Jimmy, thank you for coming on board the show. Okay, Jimmy, you need no introduction really. Everybody knows about you. People know your brand. You represent luxury. You represent style, and everybody, all the movie stars in Hollywood loves you. Okay, Jimmy. Now let's get started. Jimmy, you have been spending a lot of time in Kuala Lumpur now instead of London. Why have you chosen Kuala Lumpur as your base now? Please share with us.
Well, I think it's very important. I've been in UK for many years. See, I went there to start. I went there to study. Then I started my business. I've been there quite a long time now. I think home's still home to us. No matter how you are, home still is still home. See, Malaysia is my home. Malaysia is my country. So I think for me, I decide I spend more time back to KL now. And the family is all here as well. My sister here, everyone's here. That's why I'm back to here. Another thing, China has become a very important market city as well. You know, everything you look at China, if you name everything, you know, the industry, you know, the finance, everything, China is the leading country in the Far East now. See? That's why I choose back to KL. Then I can go to China where very easy to cross over. See? But to say that our Malaysia also very strong, tourism very strong. Talk about Philippines, Thailand, you know, our labor country, Vietnam, also a very strong market as well for us to come back, you know. If you can do something, you come back to your country, definitely can do something as well. Right?
So, you know, Jimmy, that from Kuala Lumpur to any of the Chinese cities like Beijing or Shanghai is probably only around 4 hours from Kuala Lumpur. China has emerged really very strong and as a fashion city. In your travel to China, especially Shanghai, how has the fashion scene changed or improved in Shanghai and Beijing in comparison to London, which has been really established? How has Shanghai moved?
Well, Shanghai changed tremendously because if you look at now the young people, they all study UK, study US, and also the EU country. They all come back to their own country now. You see, and people in China, they like to learning as well. They don't have to be high, everything they have to be improve themselves. If you look at the economy, the fashion, everything, China is doing very, very well as well. Another thing I talk about, because those people, they're very tough as well. They were employed of people, you know, in the US, in UK, in Italy, Spain, to come to the country, to work with them together, to learn more skill from them as well. So if you look at China, now the skill, they're very, very strong as well. You know, education, you know, all the professional people, they're all in China. And especially talking about the leading city in Shanghai is most fashionable city as well. Man. If you're talking about Shanghai, everyone knows who's Shanghai, you know. So yes. Shanghai is a very fashion leading city as well. Everyone want to be there to do a fashion show. Everyone want to do a business involved with Shanghai as well. I think if you talk about Shanghai, you talk about Beijing as well. Beijing also a capital city, you see. Also, if you're talking about financial everything, Beijing also very strong as well. If you look at China, every city coming up so good now, I think. You know, I just came back from Xi'an to my fashion show as well. All the city come up very fashion, very modern, very tidy, and very, very clean now.
Correct. You know, I visited Shanghai last October, and I could really see how fast and how advanced Shanghai has been. And many of my friends who travel with me to Shanghai said they felt so poor because the people in Shanghai seems to have this enormous financial strength, and that in terms of their style, in terms of their wealth, and in terms of wanting to look good, they have really, really gone far ahead. Now, Jimmy, around the world, you are known as Jimmy Choo. But in China, what do they call you? And what are you known as in China?
Well, in China, because I'm a Malaysian Chinese name, you know, I'm lucky because I can speak Mandarin as well. So what they do, in China, they call me Zhou Yang Jie. So people know me as the Zhou Yang Jie. Also know me, you know, Mr. Jimmy Choo as well. So when I go down there, most people, they speak Mandarin. They will call me Zhou Yang Jie, Zhou 博士. See, so yeah, if you go to China, you go talk to the fashion people who's Zhou Yang Jie, everyone know who I am. Yeah.
So have you, since that you have begun to be known with your Chinese name, have you begun to sort of like promote yourself or sort of like inform the people in China and Asia that this is your new identity that you have found which fits into the China model and the China market?
Well, if you talk about like that, you still need to do that because once you're in China as a Malaysian Chinese, they'll automatically talk about you. Right?
Yes.
You know, they will be very strongly and point at people, tell them who's your Chinese name. You see, you know, if I go to China, people will call me Zhou Yang Jie, Zhou 博士 and all that thing as well. You see, so when you go to China to do business, you also need to have a Chinese name as well, not just say like I'm an A and B, but you have to put 1, 2, 3, something like that. You see, so people know you as a Malaysian Chinese, they will call me Chinese name. You see.
So can you share with us some of the fashion shows that you have initiated in China and some of the events that you have been doing in China? You mentioned the Xi'an fashion show. Are there other similar kind of events in China that you have been doing?
Well, I did a Shanghai Fashion Week. See, every year October, this coming October also have a Shanghai Fashion Week as well. So I've been working for 5 seasons now in Shanghai, mostly in Shanghai, in Xi'an. I did one in Barcelona, but mostly I love to do a show in Shanghai. You see. Anyway, any city in China is a good city for us as well, because if you look at the population in China, you know, if you can do well in China, I mean, you don't need to be 20 years, 10 years enough for you. Right?
This, I want to ask you is that, are there any particular, when we talk about the West, then we talk about the celebrities like Madonna, and of course the late Princess Diana, who made you into a very big figure. So in China, are there any big celebrities who you think could be a link to you or known to be with you?
Well, I'm very lucky. So I also have a lot top celebrity from China wearing my garment and wearing my shoe as well. If you look at Zhang Ziyi and most very famous Chinese artists, film star, everything, they're also wearing my Zhou Yang Jie now. So I think they're happy. They're happy. They see, if we are all parents from the grandfather, grandmoms all from China, then
yes.
If you are our Malaysian Chinese, if you don't helping each other, there's nobody going to helping you. See?
Yes.
So I keep saying we should help each other to making smoothly, love each other. Don't be jealous each other, Yes. If you can do something for our own people, try to do it. That's my always thing talking about to all my students.
Yeah. Coming back to Madonna and Princess Diana, can you share with us some of your experiences that you had with these Hollywood and celebrities? And I remember that you telling me that even the cast of the Sex and the City were people that you have met and wear your shoes. Can you share with us some of your experiences with these big names?
Well, I think they're all very kind. So once you know who you are, because you have to know as well. They all have to work from bottom to the top. You see, from small to the big as well. So they appreciate who working very hard and achieve your reputation. And as good as not always, they also respect you. They want to be a friend with you, because I think we should learn from each other as well. See? So I remember when Katie Home came to my shop, and they're all very, very, very good manners, very kind. They wear my shoe and they say nice as well. So when I go to Kensington, Paris, and the late Princess Diana always offer me tea and coffee. So I remember the first time I went there, I would say, no, I say, ma'am, I don't want any tea and coffee. I think I want to have a tea and coffee. You see? So I would say, I would love to have, but I say, no. But she still ask a lady in waiting, maybe some tea, coffee, and biscuit as well. And I'm always teasing her. I would say, man, this biscuit is from Harris or from Marks & Spencer or from which market? Never answer me this question. But she will always ask, how's your parent, how's family?
Okay.
So every time when I see her in Kensington, Paris, she always helping me to carry my suitcase. You think?
Wow.
As a princess, think about, you know, the carry the case, walk you to the car park and all that. You see? So in the old day, I'm driving the old VW Scirocco. Very old, very old. I think about 10 years old. See? I would say, Mom, enough. You don't have to carry the bag with me. Say, no, no, it's okay. We walk together. We can talk together as well. So every time when she passed the BMW, pass Mercedes, say, it's your car, it's your car. Or say, no, no, not my car. So when I come to my Scirocco, I say, oh, ma'am, this is my car. Oh, say, car, good car, very sporty. And my sister used to own one of your cars as well. So she's very kind, very nice. And she never say, you know, I'm a princess, royal family, and you were just a shoe designer. You know, it's like, you know, we all same level. You know, that's why I feel she's very kind, very sincere and all that as well. Yeah.
Are there any particular celebrity which you think is your favorite apart from Princess Diana?
I think they're all very nice. You know, if you talk about, you know, in Sex and the City, you know, one of the actress, when she came to my shop, look at my shoe, everything. When we walk out to my shop, we're holding hands together.
Wow, lucky you.
I don't know, you know. So they're all very kind to each other and nice to each other. I think when you met somebody, you can feel, you know, you feel comfortable, you feel nice and all that thing as well. So whatever you do, I think you have to be nice to people, you know. God will give you a smile all the time.
I remember you shared with me your experience with the former US President Bill Clinton. He showed me, he sent you a book. Can you tell the followers here about that experience?
About, yeah. No, I remember when Bill
Clinton
to have a invited, you know, in the party. We just say hello, you know, that thing as well. Then the daughter was in the event as well. So the next day, the daughter came and visit my workshop. So we showed them my workshop, showed them my design and all that thing as well. So it's, I think I'm quite lucky, you know, we not always have this people who have better knowledge than me. You know, I'm always say, you know, quite young. So they can give me, encourage me, not because they're so-and-so prime minister and all that thing, but at least I felt they're very sincere. You know, they will come to a workshop, talk to me and ask me all sort of questions as well.
I think that Jimmy, you have been very modest and very humble, and we've been privileged to have you as a friend. And that I want to share this with some of you who have been following this program. Jimmy Choo's shop, it was actually across where Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister, was actually staying. And Tony Blair has this 24 hours what do you call it, guard standing there. And so, so Jimmy had this free security for him, 24 hours. And of course, Jimmy also gets invited to dinner regularly by the famous author called Jeffrey Archer.
Yeah.
And perhaps you can tell us a bit of Jeffrey Archer, my favorite author.
Oh, Jeffrey Archer he have a party every Christmas, I think. So when he have a party every Christmas, yeah, you can see, you know, the Margaret Thatcher, you know, all the MP will be go to the house, go to the apartment as well. I think if we all have a drink, we have a talk, and well, of course, a lot of champagne, chocolate, you know, strawberry, and all that thing as well. So when you go to the party, everyone is a friend. You know, they won't say I'm an MP, I'm a minister, and all that thing as well. They treat you very equal as well. And Jeffrey Archer is very, very talented as well. He did a lot of books as well. You told me you love his love story book. I think love story. You see? No wonder I talk to your wife so sweet.
Jimmy, I remember you telling me that you were among those people who were invited to the home of Robin Gibb, right? Where he had his party, and then a few years later he passed away. You were one of the last people who actually had a chance to attend his party. Tell us about that.
Well, that's us because we did a charity event, and he very kind to use the house to host all the VIP guests as well. You know, so I will be invited for that afternoon, and after that he showed me he have a chapel as well. You know, close to where he lived. So he showed me the chapel and everything as well. But those time he's okay. He's quite normal as well. See? So later on find out he's got a cancer and all that thing as well. but the wife was there, the children was there as well. It's in the countryside, you know, full of fresh air, beautiful garden and all that thing as well. And you see so many celebrity, everyone was there as well, see. So, but he didn't sing, you know, we asked him to sing a song. He said, you know, today only for charity, you know. So unfortunately, he didn't sing a song.
For younger followers, you may not be familiar with Robin Gibb, but Robin Gibb was an integral part of the Bee Gees, the people behind Saturday Night Fever and many fantastic songs. Jimmy, you know that there are very few iconic Malaysians, apart from yourself and apart from Michelle Yeoh. Malaysians do not seem to have make it big on the global scale. If you had not left Malaysia, do you think that you would have that exposure and opportunity to make it big in at the global stage? And why is it that Malaysians have not been able to reach that international level and be icons like you?
Well, I think those days, not many people can travel to Europe country as well. I think if you talk about education, everyone was talking go to US, go to London, go to Europe to study. You see, whatever is people think about, the most are better than foreign country than our own country as well. You see, so I think I mean the education system are different. Education system different, and the way they teaching people the fashion. If you talk about fashion, it's always very strong in London fashion week. Beginning is in London, New York, Milan, you know, all these cities. Right? But unfortunately, our country didn't have that kind of sellout. You know, if you talk about fashion show, you won't see any Europe people come to try our fashion show here. Right? If we talk about education, education is not strong enough. Not now. Now we are very strong in our country. You see, so all this kind of things. That's why all the things we're talking about, and especially Europe. You know, they're close to US. Milan, you know, France, and all that thing as well. So they all have a talk about the social media is very strong. They talk about, you know, the newspaper, TV, and all that thing. People can see all the news every time. You see, as a Malaysia, those days we don't have that kind of very strong image to push our Malaysian as well. But I think the knowledge, the education is very important over there as well. So especially if you're talking about magazine. If you talk about magazine in the whole world, people want to read if you want to read the fashion magazine, they'll look at Vogue magazine first. Right?
Yes, yeah.
So in Malaysia, which magazine famous? We didn't have that kind of magazine name. You know. Also, we didn't have a Dato' Sri Wong Chun Wei. People can promote the country, make country so great. But it's not too late, I think. I mean, if you look at the Asian market now, it's very strong now.
Yes.
People in Europe, they all want to come here as well. All European countries, a friend of mine, they never been to China.
Yes.
When we come to our Malaysia as well, see, they can see China's coming so beautiful. You know the building, the train, you know everything, financial very very strong. But they never been to our country, you know. So I think it's very important for the people now. They should come to our Asia to look at what we've been doing together. To myself, we should love each other. You know, you never say your country stronger than our country. What you're doing better than us. If you better, if you think you better show us. Right? You know, we're willing to learn. I'm always saying, I'm still learning from people. I never say I'm the best.
I think that because London geographically, just like New York, geographically, the location is the right spot for international events and for international fashion. I think that the world has shifted. I believe that Shanghai will probably be the best opportunity for Asia to come out. And movies like Crazy Rich Asians obviously also help in terms of making Asians been seen and perceived differently. In the past, when you look at movies, Asians are always seen as somebody who is always a waiter or a chef or a gangster or somebody who can fly in the air. But now Asians are seen differently. And Hollywood movies obviously understand the importance of the Chinese market. They would not want to cast China as something very negative, because if they do that, then their box office, the tickets will be affected and the market will be affected. So obviously that China would offer the opportunity for young designers and young people to emerge. What would be your advice to young designers from Malaysia and ASEAN. What should they do to get the attention of the market in China, given the fact that China is so competitive? They have so many designers themselves. And how do you get into the entry, get foothold into China?
I think very important. I think very important to me. Your story had to be very strong. See, your story had to be very strong. Your picture had to be great. Whatever you do, you had to look at what people are doing first. You're not going to copy with them, but you have to compete with them. You see, when you know all the secret, is you can do better than people. Then people put attention on you. Right? So to me, you have to be your mind open, your heart had to be open as well. See what people are doing. Come up with the best story you can, best knowledge you can. But to do that, you have to have a best team working with you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Without a best team working with you, people who have a good knowledge, work together, you never go anywhere. Then. So you have to have a best team, best story, best encourage, never say no to people. Definitely you have to ask people as well. If you see those people who done well, you have to talk to them, ask for the opinion as well, learn more from them as well. So, but if you're intelligent ones, still we have a lot of intelligent young people in our Asian country as well. I think. But you just have to keep going, keep working together. I think just like I was thinking, in our country, we close our ASEAN. We have a country like Vietnam, Singapore, where else? Thailand, Philippines, and all that thing as well. Why we want to merge together? Why we want to be a business together? Because we can meet our economy strong. So we can work with them. We can work with those different countries together. We all as artists, with the intelligent people, definitely we can come out something good. If you want to selfish for yourself, you just be yourself.
Yes.
How long can you last? You cannot last long. But we all the ASEAN country, we can love each other, we help each other. Definitely we can meet the whole world, we can pick noise. So whatever you do, love each other, exercise each other, encourage each other, see how you come up with something good. But most important, you have to look what people are doing first.
Yes.
And your story, you follow up, doing better. Because now different now. Now the technology, media shows so strong now. If you want something, you go online, you can check everything.
Yes.
You must look and see what you can do and see what's the thing can you to produce as well. Most important, you have to love what you're doing, inside your mind. If you love what you're doing, you should come out many ideas. If you don't love what you're doing, you just be yourself, you never learn something, you see. Yes. So look at what people are doing, talk about, have a good team together, go out mix with the people. I'm always say, to me now, if I met somebody who have a better education with me, better knowledge with me, it's a bonus for me. It's not the money.
Yes.
But whether people want to teach you or not, whether people want to talk about or not. So this is the luck. See? Not many people will talk to you. But if you don't try, you never get it. See? Yes. You may get try for 20, 30 people. If you want to do good people who want to associate with you, want to teach you all the idea, encourage you, that's a bonus for you. See? Yeah. And you remember, not many people can be a Dr. Sri Wanchungwei's interview, I think about because I never asked you, but I hope I talk to God. God maybe Sri will ask me one day. You see? So you need to have a vision. You don't wish never come true.
Jimmy, that you mentioned just now that a lot of the mainland Chinese people, they have gone to study in the US, they have gone to UK, Australia, and Canada. Yeah, they have the education there, and of course they have returned to China, where they have become their mind has opened up. They have traveled around the world. Their worldview is different. They speak very good English. They are very polished, and of course their demands and tastes have also changed. Do you think that given the change in China, with this wide exposure by these rich Chinese, do you think that there will be a time when a Jimmy Choo or many Jimmy Choos will emerge within China?
I think definitely will. If you look at the young people, they love to learn from what people are doing well. You see, some of them, I think most of them, they have a very good education as well.
Yes.
Teach well manners and all that thing. Special government so strong. Whatever you do, government also encourage them, do something, learn something good, If you go to people country, you must respect the law and order. Don't against people, the law, make something trouble for themselves as well.
Yeah,
But every time I would go to China, people also say to me, I want to be a next Jimmy Choo. I say, good luck to you. They always say, I want to be a next Jimmy Choo. Want to be a next Jimmy Choo. Then I want to be your Todai. Say, that means they say, I want to be a student, How much you can charge me, I will give to you. Ask my mom, ask my father. So, yeah, there's a big market in China as well. So I can see the young people, they're coming very strong. They learn the study in US, UK, wherever, like Australia. When they go back to, mostly students, they go back to their own country, You know why? Because the China country come out so quick now, right?
Yes,
If you put money, you can go back to your own country. It's not in the old day. People go to those old days, talking about 30, 40 years ago, people go to UK or US. They want to make a living, that's all, you see. But now people want to go to UK, go to US. They want to study, have a good knowledge. Then they go back to their own country to create their own image. Am I right? And the country so support them as well. As long as they could, they have the knowledge, the China government will support them.
Yes, yeah. Jimmy, you mentioned about Todai or disciples. Do you have any disciples that you have selected to be your students?
Well, I got many. Every time it just very young and old, they will write to me, they will send to me as well. So I also get this Chinese boy called Gary as well. See, he been asked me for almost 10 years now. They say, I don't want you pay my wages. Whatever you want to do, I do for you. I think this will be next my sweetheart. See, no wonder how to promote him as well. See, I think very important when you work for people, you have to sincere. When you talk to them, they listen to you. All day when people talk to like master, talk to us, we always say yes, Sifu. We never say something back to the teacher, because the more you respect your teacher, the more you love your teacher. It may take some time to teach you. In the old day, they don't teach you so much. You think they may scare you, take away the skill as well. But for me, I never scare people take away my skill. If they take over me better than me, I'm more happy. You know why? Because they come up from my hand. Right?
Yes.
If you just look at I don't want to name the school and everything in UK, the top college and everything, who come up famous for them? It's a student. Right?
Yes.
Am I right? All right. They can teach the student, the basic knowledge, but the ideas all come from students. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
But they still our teacher. We still came out from the college, you see. Am I right? So my knowledge, my thinking is like, she or he still come up from my hand. I give them the knowledge. I teach them. The more important, I teach them how to be a person first. A good person, an honest person. They can learn from my skill later on. If you cannot become a good person, they'll never learn from my skill. It's called respect. Right? Whatever you do, you have to respect people first. If you can down to earth, keep quiet yourself, don't give trouble to anyone. That's why people can keep it for themselves. They meet trouble everywhere. So they have to be patient.
Would passion and dedication be really very important? I remember reading an article that says that at one time you actually spent 3 days and 2 nights you took very little sleep to really work on a pair of shoes. What was that shoe about?
Was the very important one, because I think the late Princess Diana talked to me. She visited a country, I think. So everything outfit had to be good. Every pair of shoe go with each outfit. So when we do something wrong, we never pass. You see, we are threw away. We start again. You see. So to say that the responsibility is very important, man. And all my staff will ask me, Jimmy, why you want to stand? You spoil all the material, you spoil all the money, everything. If you look nice, that's it. I say it's not about look nice. Have you look good and comfortable. So responsibility is very important. If you don't have a responsibility, I won't be here talking to you. Right?
Yes.
If you look at, when the first time working for Vogue magazine, for 5 a.m. I had to be ready in the studio, give them a shoe for the shooting, you see. So London Fashion Week, we never sleep, because a lot of designers will come to us to do the shoe for the show. Right? If you talk about the leading designer now in the UK, Jasper Conran, Paul Smith, Alexander McQueen, and all those people, every time show is very important. Right? When they want to associate working with you, doing the shoe, measuring up the dress, you have to be responsibility. Whatever wherever you are, whatever tired you are, you should be finished the shoe. The next day they can pick up the shoe, go to show. So responsibility is very important, you see.
Yes. Jimmy, that I can see that trying to teach the young to be like you, imparting your knowledge and holding their hands to be like you have been really something that you have been really passionate about. It's really in your heart and soul to depart your knowledge, and hopefully in the next 10 years or so that we may have a Jimmy Choo from Malaysia emerging. Are there any plans perhaps that you hope that one day there'll be a school or some institution that will sort of like fit into what you plan to do?
I think you may have a school in London, but I cannot tell you right now. They may have a school in London set up over there first. Okay. Then later we bring it back to Malaysia. See, all this one in the pipeline. You know, I hope this time it will as well. See, but I do a lot of traveling as well. They might be to different countries like Australia, India, China, Thailand, Japan. You know, to talk about my knowledge, talk about my education. I think that one also help as well. Not just that when you have a school, people can learn from you. You know, but if I'm so lucky as well. If you look at the study book in Malaysia, the 9 years old, the China school, the Malay school also have my story now. You see, so that one some money cannot buy. So whatever, I say to all my students, you must do something good.
Yes.
Something good, people respect you. Yes. You respect the law and order, the country. You love your country. Maybe country, you know, one day will give something back to you as well. So I must thank to my country, thanks to my education of minister who allowed the young people 9 years old study my story, my history. So this is something like a goal to me. Money cannot buy, and my family feel very proud.
Yes. Jimmy Choo is talking about the workbook that's approved by the Ministry of Education, where Jimmy Choo is recorded his role and contribution to Malaysia. I think it's a fantastic thing to do because there are very few Malaysian icons at the international stage, as I said earlier. Now, Jimmy, I have to ask you this question because I received quite a number of emails asking me to ask you this question. I know that money is really not important to you. I know that as a fact because I'm your friend. Now, what was the feel that how do you feel when you sold off your Jimmy Choo brand away and when you could actually make more money now?
Well, people always say that, you know, they say, well, when you sold your business, you're too early. If you sell a business now, you can make more money as well. But they never think about, after I sold my business, I got more time to concentrate with my family. I got more time concentrate my education. I got more time to traveling as well. You know, I'm more happy myself. You know, I'm not saying before I'm not happy. I'm also happy as well. But by the time come, money is not everything. Yes. How much dinner you can have? How much champagne can you drink? You can drink so many things. Yeah. Most important, you feel happy yourself. You know, now I can travel everywhere. People can invite me to everywhere to talk about, to show, you know, under my Chinese name, Zhou Yang Jie. So I feel very happy, you see. And the more important, when the time get by, I think the family is very important, you see. Otherwise, we always work. You know, all day I never go home to see the children, you know. But to say that, and thank God, you know, my son Danny Chu in Japan, Tokyo, you know, he's a Milan company doing very, very well.
Yes, yes. You know that you mentioned that you have now more time to enjoy yourself, more time to spend with friends and family. When you try to recall back to the days when you were in East London, how difficult was it then?
Well, those days were difficult. When I first started my business, I set up my workshop in one of the very old hospital called the Metropolitan Hospital in the Kingston Road, East End as well. But those days nobody want to come to me. You know, because it's a hospital. Most people, you know, they don't want to go to a hospital. And you know, the English people also were saying something like, you know, we don't want to go, you know, bloody ghosts or something like that. They don't want to go there, you see. Even when I start go to work in a hospital, the workshop those days, after 12 or 1, you know, are we thinking about what happened now? You know, some small noise, you kick you, you feel uncomfortable, you see. Yes. So But those days got no customer at all. Nobody come to hospital
Mm-hmm.
to order a shoe for me or handmade. I charge 50 pounds a pair, but nobody want to come with me.
Mm-hmm.
So cannot sell. When we do, a lot of people cannot sell. You think, oh, God's not helping you. Nee. It's nobody helping you because nobody appreciate what you're doing. Nee.
Yeah.
But I changed. I turned my mind. I say, look, if I cannot sell expensive shoe, I do something else. I do cheaper shoe. I do a cheap sandal. I look at the market first. You must look at the market, what you can do. The next thing, instead of go back to restaurant to work as a washing plate and all that thing, cooking. I want to do shoe. I decided cheaper sandal shoe, sell for £5, £8 a pair. But when I change to this cheaper sandal shoe, I can keep my living going because the shoe can sell. Right? So every week, if I can sell 50 pairs of shoes, it's enough money for me to pay rent, to buy dinner, to buy food for myself. So whatever you do, if you look at things are difficult, you must use a mind turn over. I can do something else, but I'm still support my shoe business. If those things, I listen to my friends say to me, hey, Jimmy, give up now. No, you got no hope. Nobody will buy from you. Bloody Chinese name, good luck. I use good luck shoe.
I see.
In Chinese always say good luck, good luck. And they never use the bad luck as a label. Always use the good luck. But good luck wasn't good luck. Maybe the English people don't like good luck. So I made my cheaper shoe, handmade sandal itself. So I keep money, I make money to support myself. Later on, God met some fashion designer. They're all very famous designer. They do show in London Fashion Week. They came and asked me designing shoe for the matching up for them. So so lucky from there. If you give up, you give everything. If you give up, you never have Jimmy Choo. It's very honest thing. Am I right?
Yes. So the thought of giving up never appeared in your mind, even in that difficult moment.
Never. I never give up because I think I can make it. I don't know why. Those say I'm very strong. My mind, even now, my mind also strong. If I want to do something, I'll do it right.
Yes.
So that's why I think the encourage, think, well, I can make it. I never fail because I have the skill. I went to study. I have a distinction. I went to Korean to study. I get my distinction from the design school. Then my craftsman is very good. I learned from my father. So why not? I cannot make it. I can make it. Only don't say the social media is not so strong.
Yes.
You have to, according to maybe the TV show like Crow Show or London Fashion Week, to push you on the newspaper, the Observer, Telegraph, and all the thing as well. But also very lucky, the cheap sandal keep me going. I never stop. Otherwise, if you stop, you never see Jimmy Choo anymore. Isn't it?
Yeah. Jimmy, apart from talent, apart from skill, okay, do you think that it's important for aspiring artists, aspiring designers to have good networking? Like for example, you had your break because you met somebody from the media, I think from a fashion magazine. Yeah. How important is this networking, getting to know people, move around in the circle of potential customers, and of course the use of social media now, like what we are doing now? How important are these tools to help you go up and be seen?
I think still the same thing, isn't it?
Same.
They always say something, It's not what you know, who you know.
Yeah.
Never change, you think?
Yes.
So you must know some very important people, but also they're willing to helping you, isn't it?
Yes.
If they don't willing to help you, you also cannot make it, isn't it? Am I right? No matter how you study and all that, how much money you have, you still need somebody to helping you, push you, give a guideline, and come up, you see. So it's, I think it's, you always have to believe it's not what you know, who you know as well, you see. They can make it, you see. But it had to be good life. If you're not good enough, also difficult to push you, isn't it?
Correct.
The person to be good, know how to respect people, and know how to appreciate as well. Not just to take. When you take, you must keep back. A lot of people, they like to take, they never keep back. Right? They never think about you. They forget about you later on, you see.
Yes.
That's not right, you see. For us, we take, we always thank. We thanks, never stop thanking. Thank you. You know, if someone treat me very well, I thanks to them all the time. I never say forget about them. You see, as long as I write alive today, I still thanks to people who helping me. You see.
Yeah. Jimmy, you're from Penang. Do you still have relatives, and how often do you go back to your hometown in Penang?
Was my sister still in Penang, so normally I will call my sister or see my sister. I think more important, if you can make it, you support them, make their life comfortable and all thing as well. You know, we all came out from the same parents. You know, if you can make it, always helping your sister as well. But when you go back, a lot of times I'm a Malaysian tourism ambassador.
Yes.
So when they call me to promote Penang and all that thing with the media, you know, from different country, normally I go back, talk to them, have a dinner with them, take picture and all that, explain to them about Penang, you know, the wonderful, beautiful Penang city, hometown.
Jimmy Choo is really a big ambassador for Malaysia and for Penang. He knows Penang really well, and when he is in Penang, it's a different Jimmy Choo. Once he took me to have prawn mee at a shop which I didn't know, although I thought that I was really good at the connoisseur of food, but Jimmy really knows Penang really well, and that Penang has really changed tremendously through efforts of tourism ambassador like Jimmy. Jimmy, where do you stay in Kuala Lumpur?
Well, I stay in Mont Kiara because Mont Kiara is close to KL and Selangor city. So wherever I want to travel, it's more easy for me. Mont Kiara also very comfortable, very quiet, and if you talk quiet, it's not quiet because there are a lot of shopping mall coming out from Kiara now.
So during the COVID-19 MCO, what were you doing for 3 months? Okay, you can't travel, you can't go to China, you cannot go back to London, you can't go to Hong Kong. You're basically stuck in Mont Kiara. So how did you pass your time?
I think very important because for all this year we always travel. Right? Sometimes we travel to China. When we back, you know, the next 2 days we travel to different country again. You see. So we never have a time to spend more time at home as well. If you look at home, you know, everywhere is clothing, everywhere is gift, everywhere is shopping item there. You see. So during the COVID-19, it gave me more time to sort the other thing, which I think I never used. We will give to the charity as well. So I also do some cooking. And, I also do some exercise, you know, play ping pong at home and all that as well. So you have to make yourself healthy as well. You cannot say, no, cannot go out when we do and all that thing as well. Do some exercise, do cooking, tidy up the place. You know, now my place is very clean. hard to have something because sometimes we feel like, oh, we get this, we bought a lot of clothing or we bought a lot of, you know, a lot of book, a lot of something we want to use. But after you look back, 10 years time, you still never use it. I still sort it out and give to charity, give somebody who need to use it. Am I right?
Yes.
So, but also give me a time to read more story as well. I see a lot of news, you know, news about all over the country and all the thing as well. And I think cooking, I do a lot of cooking as well. Although I don't look good or bad, but my staff, they say, you know, ho sick.
So what kind of cooking did you do?
Well, as a Malaysian, as a Penang, I do char kway teow.
Wow, I've not tried your char kway teow.
I also do nasi lemak, whatever you say, I can do. You think?
That's impressive.
If you think about you want to use Zhou Yang Jie, also can.
So, Jimmy, have you done any cuti Malaysia?
Of course, we always promote our country. We promote our country. You know, although those old days I'm in London, I'm not a tourism ambassador. I'm always talk about my country. You know, whatever the interview, I always talk about the whole country. Not only Penang. I think we cannot say I'm from Penang, just promote Penang. You know.
Yes.
Whole Malaysia is our country, is our homeland as well. If we think about that, if we promote all the cities. You know, every city also have a good friend. They have to survive. They have to make a living as well. So we have to think about promote is the whole country, not only Penang. You see.
Yeah. So Jimmy, do you miss traveling to outside Malaysia, going to these fashion cities, fashion shows, and even attending functions which are no longer applicable now because there are no parties and no shows anymore. Do you miss those things?
So, but we have to think about, because at the moment, if you not only myself suffering, not cannot travel to outside Malaysia as well. If you look at October, this coming October, Shanghai also have a Shanghai Fashion Week as well. If you think getting better, maybe we can travel there and to the show as well.
Yes.
But we have to wait. They're more important. We have to respect the law and order of the country as well.
Yes.
And it's more. It's those the country minister, they understanding how help to helping our citizens. So I think we have to be patient until the COVID-19 cool down. You find some medicine to kill the virus, then we can travel. But at the meantime, maybe look at the social media, watch Dr. Zhou Yang Jie, So you learn some idea, learn more knowledge from him.
Jimmy, we're going to ease down our discussion. Thank you for joining us tonight. But perhaps before we end this, we want you to give some final words and some parting shots and words of wisdom to Malaysians and people from around the world who are following you now. Give them some advice before we go.
I think very important. Not only Malaysia. I hope all over the world can see my interview with Dr. Zhou Yang. I think we have to be understanding, because of COVID-19 we cannot travel, but we still can do a lot of good things as well. Helping your family, helping yourself, whatever you can give a hand helping as well. The charity, where you can do it, you can help as well. And try to use this opportunity time, not say making money, but you can learn a lot of things, isn't it? You read more book and read more, maybe on the internet, you can see more the movie you want to see, the education you want to learn. Yes. And more important, like to become yourself, do more healthy, because you cannot go out now, do more exercise, maybe sleep early, wake up early, go for a walk, I think very healthy. If you haven't got a good healthy body, you cannot achieve everything. Right. And another thing is more calm, instead of get angry everything, more cool down yourself and love each other. Think about, although, I think love is very important. Don't think about you so big, so strong, you want to bully people. It's no bully, Yeah. We cannot tolerate people who bully, some other people. We have to love each other and helping each other to grow the big economy for the whole world. I think that's very important. Yes. All right? Yes. Bully is so good, this word. Love each other is great. God keep us at heart to love each other. God create us to give the love to everyone, to our family, to our own country, and to the whole world as well. So be a big heart, big love to each other, helping each other, make the whole world peaceful. That's very important.
Thank you, Jimmy, for finding time for us. We really, truly appreciate it. Because I know that it's not easy getting you to speak to us and to spend so much time with us. We really appreciate it, Jimmy. Thank you so much. And that to followers in Malaysia and around the world, stay with us. We'll be appearing every Wednesday and Friday from now. Please share, follow, and like Real Chunwai. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Chunwai. Thank you all the friends, from Malaysia, from all over the world.
Thank you.
Wishes to everyone. Good health.